2011.
Well, more speculation has been raised on the reasons for NATO's intervention in Libya. And as RT's Laura Emmett reports, the organisation may have been trying to prevent Gaddafi from burying the American buck.
According to some, it's about protecting civilians.
We must not tolerate this regime using military force against its own people.
Others say it's about oil.
The only reason they're interested with Libya is about the oil. You'd think we'd be in Iraq if the major export there was broccoli.
But some are convinced intervention in Libya is all about currency, specifically Gaddafi's plan to introduce the gold dinar, a single African currency made from gold, a true sharing of the wealth.
It's one of these things that you have to plan almost in secret, because as soon as you say you're going to change over from the dollar to something else, you're going to be targeted. There were two conferences on this, one in '96 and another one in the year 2000, called the World Mataba Conference, organised by Gaddafi. And everybody was interested, and I think most countries in Africa were keen.
Gaddafi didn't give up. In the months leading up to the military intervention, he called on African and Muslim nations to join together to create this new currency that would rival the dollar and euro. They would sell oil and other resources around the world only for gold dinars. It's an idea that would shift the economic balance of the world. Countries' wealth would depend on how much gold they have, not how many dollars they trade. And Libya has 144 tons of gold. The UK has double that, but 10 times the population.
If Gaddafi had an intent to try to reprice his oil or whatever else the country was selling in the global markets and accept something else as a currency, or maybe launch a gold dinar currency, any move such as that would certainly not be welcomed by the power elite today who are responsible for controlling the world's central banks. So yes, that would certainly be something that would cause his immediate dismissal and the need for other reasons to be brought forth for removing him from power.
It's happened before. In 2000, Saddam Hussein announced Iraqi oil would be traded in euros, not dollars. Sanctions and an invasion followed. Some say because the Americans were desperate to prevent OPEC from transferring oil trading in all its member countries to the euro.
The UK's gold is kept here in a secure vault somewhere in the depths of the Bank of England. As in most developed countries, there's not enough to go around. But that's not the case in places like Libya and many of the Gulf states. A gold dinar would have given oil-rich African and Middle Eastern countries the power to turn around to their energy-hungry customers and say, sorry, the price has gone up and we want gold. Some say the US and its NATO allies literally couldn't afford to let that happen. Laura Emmett, RT, London.
So in other words, what they did was murdered the guy because he was presenting another idea, and it was going to disrupt the cronies that are controlling the money system that's used globally right now. And then, here on top of that, now we got, how many years? 6 years now it's gone by? So, what we have now is, where is this gold? Where did the gold go? Nobody knows where the gold went. It's kind of like nobody knows where the gold went that was in the Twin Towers. We can't find all that gold that was down in the vaults below in a disastrous building that fell down. And that's amazing too, isn't it? And it seems like that we have a bunch of criminals going around, and they're using the government as a shield to hide behind and call them wars and calling these people bad people and stuff. And they're trying to fix and play on the chessboard to get away from these criminals, to actually have some sanity and some peace in their countries. And these people won't let them. They keep attacking them, keep murdering them, mafia style. Gaddafi was murdered mafia style. It's just like Saddam and even bin Laden. Really? If we were operating a true true blue justice system that was honorable, we would have actually brought those people into justice. Bin Laden, we could have brought him to justice. If the story is true, if we snatched him out with some helicopters, why couldn't we have brought him and put him in front of court? Come on, people. Are we all this stupid? I mean, really. Because they know if they bring him in front of court, in front of the public eye, they're not going to be able to do that, and they're going to be exposed. That's the problem. That's why you don't see any of these people in government going to jail or going to prison. You think they're angels? Hell no. These guys are committing crimes too. Not one of them ever goes to jail. Not even when we catch them red-handed doing something. Do you ever see them getting prosecuted and going to prison? No. That should send a red flag to all the people around the world in every country, because that's not just in this country. It is a problem going on. And they seem to be immune to these laws that we're not. So what does that tell us? I mean, this has gone on too far, people. And we're letting it keep going far as what? Until it turns into something that is so disastrous it puts us back behind time. I mean, come on. Who are the bad people? Are they really? You know it's not the average person. The average person don't have the resources to make these things happen. So, must be a rich man's trick. And it must be the people that can afford these things, to create these things, to have these problems on a global scale. So, we need to tend to see what's going on instead of looking at the same thing and listening to the same people. Because this is a continuance of insanity. So, I think we need to pay attention to the people that actually are pointing the fingers. Because I think those are the real perps.